Hi friends, welcome to Garden a Beautiful Life. So today I am going to talk about how to make a good potting mix for your plants. I'm going to talk about how to make a good fertile and a well drained potting mix or soil for your plant. What kind of components I use to make my soil very fertile and what kind of potting mix I have been using for my plants. So when it comes to soil or potting mix, that is one of the most important aspect when you're trying to cultivate something, because plants draw nutrition mostly from the soil. So you have to include lot of other nutritive elements apart from general garden soil to make it more fertile. So we will be talking about all those nutritive things which you could add up in your soil. So stay tuned. First, I will just briefly tell you what all components I am going to take to make the potting mix. So the first thing I am taking is the garden soil. I am using the red soil which is available at my place. You can even use the black soil if it is present at your place. Apart from that, I am using compost. Compost adds the basic nutrition to the soil. Compost is very rich in nitrogen and other nutritive value. Now I am going to take vermicompost, and after that I am also taking coco peat. So coco peat is very good for the aeration of the soil, so I am also adding little coco peat to it. After that, I am also using sand in my potting mix. Very little sand is required. Apart from that, I am also using wood ash, which is also called as raak in Hindi, for my potting mix, and I am using little bit of neem powder for my potting mix. So I have taken 50% of garden soil. I am using the red soil as I told you, and I am going to mix 20% of compost in that. You can use any homemade manure instead of compost. So compost gives the basic nutrition to the plants, and compost also helps in adding lot of nitrogen to the soil. So compost is an important aspect whenever you're going to make a well drained fertile soil. Apart from compost, I'm also using 10% of vermicompost. So there is a difference between compost and vermicompost, which I will tell you in another video. But for now, you should know that vermicompost has higher amount of phosphorus, whereas compost has higher amount of nitrogen in it. So I have added now compost and vermicompost to my potting mix. In that I have taken 20% of compost and 10% of compost to my potting mix. Now I am going to add little coco peat to it. So I am taking 10% of coco peat. Coco peat is also very important because it provides aeration to the soil, which is again very important. Your soil shouldn't be too tight, otherwise the well drained soil wouldn't be made. After mixing compost and vermicompost and coco peat, I am adding 10% of sand. The role of sand in making my potting mix is making it well drained. So the idea is whenever you are going to water the plant, the water shouldn't stand in the pot and shouldn't clog the pot, and it shouldn't make the soil too loamy. So whenever you add sand to your potting mix, it ensures that the water goes out of the pot through the drainage hole. Apart from that, I am also using 2 tablespoons of wood ash. So why wood ash? So wood ash is a very good fungicide and an insecticide. You can google it, the properties of wood ash in detail if you want. So wood ash has been helping me a lot. So you can even use 2 tablespoons of wood ash. Again, wood ash is an optional content, but I keep using wood ash in my potting mix. So I will just mix those components well, and make sure you remove the gravel and the stones from the soil which is present there, and mix it well. Now I am also going to use 2 tablespoons of neem powder. Again, neem powder has helped me to keep the pests away, to keep the fungus away. So in the rainy season, especially whenever it starts raining, our soil catches fungus and algae. So if you use 2 tablespoons of neem powder, it will ensure that your soil doesn't catch fungus, and it will also keep the insects and the pests away, especially the powdery mildew. The problem which we have in the rainy season is taken care by the neem powder. So these were my components and the percentage in which I use to make the fertile soil, and which I use for my own potting mix. And you can use this and you can just mix them up. So in this potting mix, I would like to tell you that the variation of sand can be made for another plants like succulents. So for succulents, you have to increase the quantity of sand from 10% to say 20% and reduce the amount of compost, because succulent doesn't like loamy soil at all. So if you are making any potting mix for succulent or cactus, just increase the quantity of sand in this same potting mix from 10% to 20% or 30% depending upon the size of your pot. So this was my potting mix, and I hope you liked the video. Please subscribe to my channel, please share my videos, and please comment on the comment box if you have any suggestions.